Dramatic escalation tonight happening along the peninsula as county leaders take some pretty drastic steps to bring about a change to the sheriff's office, one that's embroiled in controversy. Kara St. Cyr has a look at what's next for county voters and how the sheriff is already firing back.
This is an extraordinary measure, but this is an extraordinary time, and it calls for decisive action by the Board of Supervisors.
The San Mateo County Board of Supervisors is now turning to the public to try and remove Sheriff Christina Corpus from office. The move comes in the wake of a report that found a series of alleged issues within the department, from an inappropriate relationship to racist and homophobic remarks allegedly made by Sheriff Corpus.
Supervisor Pine?
Yes.
Thank you. Supervisor Corzo?
Yes.
Supervisor Mueller?
Yes.
Board supervisors voted 5-0 to hold a special election in March. The ballot will ask voters whether they support a charter amendment that would give the board the power to remove a sheriff from office if they're found to have violated the law or misappropriated funds, among other acts of wrongdoing. Several county supervisors say Sheriff Corpus's behavior in the last 2 years fostered a culture of abuse and corruption within the department. Supervisor Corzo, once an avid supporter of the sheriff, told the board she felt it was time to take action in light of a damning 400-page report written by a retired judge.
I believed her. I believed in her. She also, at one point, restored my faith in law enforcement. But when you are given new information and new facts, you have to analyze that.
The ballot measure would not permanently grant the board power to remove any sheriff. There's a clause that would only allow this action to happen within 4 years of being put in place, which is exactly how much time Sheriff Corpus has left in her term. Supervisor Ray Mueller says the process would move faster than a recall, which is the other option.
Most sheriffs right now, they'd only have 2 years left, basically, of their term. But the sheriff, because of the realignment of re-elections, has 4 left. And so we're really in a position now where by bringing this charter amendment, we can ask voters to weigh in on this much earlier than they would see if a natural election happened.
Sheriff Corpus fired back, calling the amendment bullying and targeted. She wrote in a statement that she'll fight tooth and nail to keep her position. Meanwhile, Jim Lawrence, the head of Fixin' San Mateo, a grassroots organization who initially supported Sheriff Corpus, says the allegations laid out in the report have deeply wounded the public's trust.
The person that we campaigned with, Christina Corpus, is not the same person that we have today. We don't know what happened or why it happened.
A second reading for the amendment is set in early December. If it's approved and people vote in favor in March, the board would only need a 5-4 vote to remove Sheriff Corpus.
If the sheriff is ultimately removed from office, the board will appoint a new sheriff to take over. Now, Mueller says that there have been no conversations about who exactly that might be just yet.